to map it up. It's mapping time. Although I do feel more like it's napping time, but I don't have time for naps. Too much map to make. You're so ready for the mapping to happen. All right, cool, cool. And welcome. No reason they want to put a little canal there to get boats from that lake into the sea. Because you get high, because you get high, because you get high. That's why I never smoked. I never forget to do art that way. Hyphus? Tomorrow, kiddo, welcome. Favorite ways to loosen up? Well, I do find that I often get inspired creatively when I come across a unique juxtaposition of ideas or aesthetics. And one way you could jumpstart that is to just use a randomized list of words. The old fashioned way is like flip to a random page in a dictionary like 10 times, right? Write down whatever your finger lands on. I'm sure you can do this virtually with the internet now. Put those in a hat and then draw 2 or 3 of them out and see what interesting juxtaposition you end up with. Yeah, ChatGPT could do this too. It was actually. You got Where Yummy Trap? Ooh, I could think of a couple directions I could go. Uh, so I think I actually have. Where did I put that? I put some links to randomization websites. And I did not save it under game theory, sadly. Looks like. Oh. Dripping googly eye job? Hmm. So for Where Yummy Trap, I can imagine that being like uh, two different ways. I could imagine that like some kind of horror monster that has, like a bear trap type of device with candy or some other kind of delicious something that when people reach for it, they get grabbed. Um, and the other thing I was thinking, let's see, Where Yummy Trap. I was thinking um, like a Monster Hunter kind of thing where you've got a hat, and on the hat is tied like a little feeder mouse or a little bird or something that the monsters like to hunt, and it draws them to you. But then being a monster hunter, you end up getting them. And then your little mouse gets a treat for being so brave and not having a choice. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what I could do with a dripping googly eye job. I like it. It could be like a human anglerfish and just jump into shark infested waters with a bait attached to them. I guess that is really the other word for yummy trap is bait, isn't it? Okay, so if you've got dripping googly eyes, are they like dripping because not only are they googly, but they're also designed to cry, so that they have like a little little bladders in them. But then what would the job be? Oh, I know. So your job is to react emotionally the way that your emperor wants you to. So you're kind of like a court jester. Uh, so when the emperor tells a sad story, you have to cry, and when they tell a funny story, you have to laugh, right? And so you've got these googly eyes on with different devices that you could make them do the appropriate expression. And that's your job. Just hanging out, responding properly. River goblins capture you, they make you wear the yummy trap and toss you in the river with rope on you. Yep, that would be fun. Yeah, you don't want to have the wrong expression. The emperor's gonna off with your head. What's going on there? I'm 90% of the time very chill. I can switch into. Well, actually, I guess maybe what it comes down to is I'm never out of like creative headspace, so I don't usually have to. There's no effort to transition into it for me, which I realize is pretty lucky. A lot of creative people don't have that luxury. I get not chill when I'm having to navigate large company or government websites. Like something about that absolutely triggers me, and I will I can get into a rage. But if I'm not doing that, I'm almost always chill. Yeah, that's right. The other time is when a software is just like either not doing what it obviously should do, or I'm trying to find a particular feature and I don't know what happened to it, or I'm just absolutely baffled that a software can't do a thing. And out of all people, as someone who works on software for a living, I understand why things don't do what you expect them to do and don't have all the features you would expect. Uh, I really should not get as upset as I do. But I'm human. Some would say more human than human. Weird passive aggressive anger. Sometimes. Yeah, I suppose if I were just doing traditional cartography, that's what I'd be doing. Inkwell and candle. There are a lot of places where I just, like, all of my coasts ended up being overly fiddled. Too much fiddle for a coast. There are definitely fiddly coasts, but they should not all be fiddly coasts. Monkey Island, It's one of those classics I still have never played. Speaking of frustrating software, adventure games, man, I can't. I just can't. I don't get it. I don't get how it's fun to guess the random wacky combination of things and just traveling from screen to screen to screen, trying everything on everything else until you finally get it. Like, I understand the ideal is you would intuit, oh, I can use the candlestick to prop open the window to cause the draft to blow the sheet paper music over the ghost's face, right? But, like, no. I've never intuited one of those puzzles. At least I can't remember ever intuiting one. It's an outline of a bat. Oh, okay, cool. Speaking of adventure games, I'm watching a really fun, super long documentary on YouTube. I don't even know how many parts it is. I feel like it's 1,000 parts about the making of Psychonauts 2. It's Tim Schafer. My friend Brad is in it quite a bit in the first couple episodes before he left. It's funny because I had lunch with him when he came up here. He left Double Fine to work at Valve, and he told me the reason. He was just so frustrated that it seemed, Double Fine is a super creative company that makes super creative games, and he was in charge of several of them. So it was very fulfilling on that front. But at the same time, like, they could just never get like a good, solid budget for one of their games. So they were constantly fighting with budget issues. And after like 12 years or whatever, he was just couldn't take it anymore. Plus, he was like having a baby, so he couldn't afford to live in the Bay Area anymore. But it's funny watching the documentary. Like, they never. I don't think it was articulated exactly that way, but they did a really good job just showing from his expressions during meetings and stuff, and like a few little quips here and there. It's like, wow, they actually communicated exactly what he told me. Hey, Nezumi. Yes, I spent many months making all of these little Stampy boys. So many Stampy boys. You love those games? Adventure games or Double Fine games? Or Psychonauts games? Yeah, Double Fine is right in downtown San Francisco. Is it down? I think it's downtown. It's close to downtown. But yeah, it bonkers. Like, why? Why do that to yourself? I say, living outside of Seattle, where it's like maybe 10% better. Old school pixel art map. Oh, that's fun. You got a week to make it. Oof. Under the deadline. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a pixel map brush set. Um, Someone was asking me to turn my brush set into like a product that he could sell on his website. He sells a bunch of different uh, map stamps, brushes, whatever. Um, and I was like, yeah, that seems like a cool thing to do. And then I saw how much effort, how much time it would take to like process them all individually, get them all in there sorted in the right files, different sizes, blah blah blah. I was like, this would take me weeks to do. It's not. I can't. I just can't. Like, I think I set up some Photoshop actions to do a big part of it, but yeah, it was still just like overwhelming, especially when I was in the middle of trying to make this giant map to begin with. Well, they were only bought by Microsoft relatively recently. Um, Most of the development of Psychonauts, they were originally funded by Fig, like self-funded to sort of kickstart it essentially, and then they had to find a publisher, and they got Seabreeze to be their publisher for a while, and I don't remember what happened between that and Microsoft buying them, if anything. I haven't got to that part of the documentary yet, and I didn't follow the development super closely either. Even though I would like to play Psychonauts 2, but there's so many games I would like to play, you know? Adventure games, all the good ones. Double Fine, Neversoft, Monkey Island, Myst. You never figured out what's happening when you're a little kid. Myst felt like, oh, this is what computer games are like for grown-ups. Yeah. Yeah, Nezumi. If you're going through the effort, you should definitely make a brush pack. Um, if you want to IM me, I could get you in touch with the guy who's got the website for it. Although, you could probably just Google it. I'm sure there are a couple out there. Boy, you're really putting off the shower, aren't you, honey? Doing a good job at that.
Well, I just keep remembering things. Really wanted to walk today, but it's just hoping later.
Just put them on Etsy. Well, exactly, right? It's the the just part is hiding all of that effort I was just talking about. I don't want to spend days processing images for like who like for all I know I make $5 from it, you know. It's just, Nezumi also, if you'd like, you can share your work in progress and finished work on my Discord. I'm trying to collect as many different kinds of art forms as possible on there. So we've got sculptors and knitters and woodworkers and stop motion and junk builder. Like, you got a ton of different people with their stuff. We don't have anyone who does map stuff yet, so that'd be really cool if you wanted to share on there. Juice and squeeze fallacy? Uh oh. I don't know what you're referencing. Must have been something we were talking about 10 minutes ago. Juice and squeeze fallacy. Week's worth of work for $5. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Ah, yes. Exactly. Um, yeah, that's why I think if I went through the effort of making them, I would want to put them on, you know, a site that people already know for brushes, because otherwise no one would ever find them on my Etsy store, at least not anytime soon. I guess ideally it'd be nice to be able to have it on both, but I think whatever business would want to, license my brushes or whatever, like that guy was talking about, I would get X percent, he would get X percent of the sale. It wouldn't make sense to have people have them on their own site where he would not get the. I assume there's exclusivity built into that deal, is what I'm saying. Because the point is, he's built the platform and advertised it and got the customers who are wanting to buy map brush packs, right? I haven't done that. So that's the value he brings. The value I bring is that I add a little more novelty to his site and more options.
Talking about those rock textures you're making.
All these Photoshop brushes,
Oh yeah.
trees and rocks and stuff.
Are you guys teaming up or something?
No, I was just talking about when I was posting them, someone noticed them who has a site who sells those kinds of things.
Have you talked to them?
Yeah, the problem is to process all the pieces would take a long time, like probably a week was my guesstimate, because I have hundreds of these brushes.
And you use all of them?
I probably use half of them, because I was learning as I was building them, right? So
Yeah. Why not just pick and choose? That's what you're supposed to do, right?
I suppose I could do that.
For like 300 plus, and you break 300 plus. That's an average. Because I feel like people like that though. 300
Yeah,
specific when it comes to packs.
exactly 300. Okay.
Exactly. No, 300 plus.
Oh, 300 plus. So
Maybe
301?
324 or something.
No, just 301.
And then the final one, the 301st one, is just the number one.
It's just the Photoshop, little registered trademark logo or something. Yeah, I do have a fizz, but I try not to overutilize my fizz, since right now it's all on a speculation volunteer basis that any of this could ever become anything and make it worth his time.
Baldur's Gate 3, so freaking good, but it's really weird how, I don't really have any other way to say it, but they make all the companions so freaking horny.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's like, if you don't want to romance any of them,
Yeah,
it's like a minefield of like.
It is. I almost romance Gale. And I'm like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, someone posted, it's like a real life woman navigating nerd spaces simulator.
Although I'm definitely, after I finish this build, I might make just like a Playboy asshole, like the biggest Playboy asshole roleplay,
Mm-hmm.
and just try to seduce every single companion.
It's just a giant orgy in the whole trek.
I saw somebody do it as a Prince Charming from Shrek. That was fun.
who's the idea guy in the studio with you. Oh, that's my son Shane. Yep.
I'm the big idea guy.
He's the biz dev. He doesn't have to do any of the work. Actually, he is doing some work for me right now. He's making the music for my Tales from Telefar audiobook and new intro music for the YouTube channel once I do the rebrand.
What's on that little peninsula right there?
This one or this
Yeah.
one?
Wait, which one?
This one?
That one, yeah.
This is a hog farm.
You just make that up on the spot.
This is the orgy porgy docks, where parties that are all having hot consensual sex with each other go to spend the afternoon.
Where's the Love Island show?
This is Love Island. This is Love Island.
That's Love Island. Have you hidden any Easter eggs in the map?
I mean, some of the town names are kind of Easter egg-ish, but I try not to go overboard with that. Fantasy worlds can get like ridiculous really easy.
If you add in.
Yeah, once you start adding
Pop culture references.
yeah, pop culture references. Like every MMO has gone through this, where just everything turns into a ridiculous zoo after
It's kind of fun.
very quickly.
Like the feeling of playing Baldur's Gate has been rekindled like when I first played Guild Wars 2.
Wow.
Because I know, it's actually impressive. You know, when I first played Guild Wars 2, I was like, this is so good. Like the RPG elements, the story, it was great.
Yeah, I'm shocked that you like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, me too, honestly. I gave it a try and loved it. You'd like it. Those are really good. I won't steal it.
Oh, that's a good point, Fizz. My signature is on the map. Yep. Let's see here. Trying to find a shot with it. Oh yeah, it's got a tectonic plate running straight through it. But it's part of a weird anomaly on the planet anyway. Baldur's Gate 3, yes. Oh, gotta hide your logo. So I just make a map that's like this. Or a lake. Is that about right? Could work if it was like canals connecting a couple different lakes or something. I'll keep an eye out for an opportunity for that. way too many strokes to do that. There we go. Too many strokes, not enough folks. Two bottom wings are shorter and more pointed, angled upward. Okay. Oh, it's literally like right next to your comment. You can see it now. My yolks are perma-stoked, yo. So usually in bays you get sort of a smoothed off coast. If anything, it pulls these little nubbins out because the current is always like cross-cutting against the shore. Unless it's like really mountainous with like rocky cliffs or whatever. Which I don't have here. Have not seen Barbie. I don't go to movie theaters. So I always see movies 6 months later than everyone else. I can't say I'm super excited about the Uno movie, no. I'm looking forward to the Barbie movie. I've heard good things about it. Barbie and Oppenheimer both seem pretty cool. I'll probably see the new Mission Impossible one too. I guess that's another one where they split it into 2 movies. For theoretically the last one, I'm guessing. Give me a moment, please. could probably make a pretty good card game or a movie out of the card game Wizard, or Munchkin, or Magic: The Gathering. But like traditional card games, I mean, you could have sort of an underdog sports narrative, movie about any card game, right? As long as it's not like the focus isn't about the game itself, but the person competing. Is that what every war movie is? It's actually based on the card game war. I think this is Photoshop having a little bit of an aneurysm here. Oh, this looks like a little baby seal trying to get milk from mama. Alright. that's enough shore work. Let's get our Mountains done. Am I doing another? I think I'll do just sort of ruggedy hills out here. Yeah, map abuse. I pushed it too hard. Okay, layer check. Let's put this on the icons layer and not accidentally on the ocean layer, shall we? What am I looking for? I'm looking for these brushes. Man, I don't know why my brain's so tapped out today. Maybe it was all my fake landlord duties this morning. So much fake landlording. Let's see, is that the right one, or is there a lighter version? Grassy Hills. Aha, yep, lighter one. That's the one I want. I wish it was a scam. I ended up basically doing a favor for a friend because I was unemployed and they said, hey, I know someone who needs a little bit of help while they're out of the country. They'll pay you $40 an hour to do a couple like logistics stuff for them. Their tenant needs a microwave. They need some landscaping done, so you need to find a landscaper. You know, just little odds and ends here and there. But it ended up being way more trouble than I thought it was going to be, and way more effort than it's worth. That's for sure. But I felt like, you know, I didn't have an excuse not to do it, given that I didn't have a job. It's like, you know, if you have an opportunity to make some money when you're unemployed, you should probably do that. But yeah, turns out I got a job pretty close to right away, and now I'm just suffering the lingering side effects of my choice. Yeah. The person I'm doing this for was asking if I enjoyed this kind of work and wanted to know if I wanted to, you know, they're like, do you want to know more about our, you know, plans for, I don't know, it's you know, expanding their landlording empire or whatever. And I was like, no. I'm already uncomfortable with the fact that landlording exists at all. I do not want to be involved with it. Certainly not as a career. there are more hills. Like roundy hills. Yeah, it is important to make money to eat. That's can't deny that. I start in 1 week. I start next Monday. I already have some homework to do. Band bitter perform. Well, I mean that's just Nirvana. Yeah, I do need to play more Diablo 4 as well. It's just so many things I'm trying to accomplish. How do I do that and play games? I don't know. All right, tomorrow, kiddo. Have a good one. That coast is looking a little pixelated there. You have Eastern Rim? How big a show is that one? Oh, good question. Let's see. The hmm. I think it'd be kind of nice if I think the Chosen One is like one of the worst fantasy tropes ever. But if it was in real life that there was a Chosen One that could solve the world's problem, like save the world, it'd be not like, it'd be a roll of the dice, right? Can they do it or not? But I guess part of that trope is they always do because the prophecy foretold. So yeah, that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind that awful fantasy trope being true. And a good fantasy trope? What's a good fantasy trope? Dragons sleeping on giant treasure hoards? Because then you just have people, you'd have mega corporations hunting dragons and extracting all the hoards from them. Let's see, what about... I'm really struggling to think of anything that wouldn't immediately be, like, turned into a commodity or taken advantage of by people with means. Like all the magic, telepathic powers. I mean, I guess a trope in most fantasy is that the good guys win. Like, good people with pure hearts. Let's do that one. Good people with pure hearts have happy endings in life. The Craft Dragon Hunting Company. I think it would be Coca-Cola, Nestle would be the ones hunting the dragons. Or maybe BP. Isn't it the most unrealistic one? That's the one I would pick. Cool night rain. Nice. What part of Michigan are you in? Hopefully that knocks down the humidity for you. I lived in Ann Arbor for 5 years. And in all of that 5 years, I managed to never once visit the Upper Peninsula. Like a chump. To be fair, there was a lot melting down in my life at that time. And I was crunching on Descent 3 and other games pretty much the whole time, on top of marriage falling apart, having a toddler and an infant, wife getting addicted to crack. There's a lot going on. Grand Haven. Yeah, someday I'll have to visit it. I have no desire to visit lower Michigan again, but what? There was no doom at the end of that. This is an outrage. They call this music. When you hit a crescendo, or I guess the tension before a crescendo, you have to go doom. Those are the rules. Doom. See? See how much better that was? Endless build-ups and no douches. Must have been made before the invention of the which is probably just the evolution of the oh. The Chosen One. Iron Chef when they reveal the secret ingredient. I haven't seen that. I am familiar with the show, but I've never actually watched it. I've probably seen parody and satire of it enough to kind of know what you're talking about, though. I guess reality and competition TV in general has perfected the art of the overwrought, tell you how to feel musical score. Milk.
And if only careers in map making were still a thing. You'd be very good at it.
There's a handful of people that do it. But,
You'd be very good at it.
yeah, I'm sure it would be.
Like you should be designing UI maps for video games.
Yeah, I mean, I already make all
I mean-
sorts
I
of
mean
things
like
for
the
video
actual,
games.
I mean the actual, not the actual map, but the representation of.
Yeah, okay. You
That
think,
could-
you
that
think
could be a side
I
job.
suck at just being a regular level
Stop
designer.
it. Stop it. Stop putting words into my mouth.
Stop doing the thing they're paying you tons of money for and do this other side thing.
Wasn't what I was trying to say.
It's too late. It's been said. It's been implied.
You implied it on yourself. You just translated my words.
Transmogrified.
Yeah.
Soybeans. Yeah. You just need a 24-year-old son to pop in and remind you of it. I assume soybeans was the secret ingredient at some point. Well, I'm not liable for that. You brought it on yourself. Don't sue me. Human flesh. Have they done that one? That'd be a very secret ingredient. What accent does the host have so I can do a good representation? Are they British? Is he like Japanese or something? When I think of Iron Chef, I definitely think of like, it evokes feelings of Far Eastern cuisine. Oh my, human flesh is a tough challenge for these chefs. Will they persevere? I keep going Australian on accident, I don't know why. I broke my dang British. My British turned Australian, mate. Useful negotiation pit. I love it. You failed. Get back in the useful negotiation pit. I guess the useless negotiation pit is no one would use it, right? So you're gonna stay in the useful negotiation pit until these negotiations are concluded. I dug 2 pits. And they're like, all right, we're going to get all the bugs out of the system in the first pit. We're going to figure out what does not work in a negotiation pit. And then we're going to transfer all the successful case studies into the useful negotiation pit. Well, I guess because my love is in the shower right now, and I don't think she would appreciate me pulling her out of the shower onto windswept meadows at the moment. Otherwise, you're right, I totally would. Careful of traps. If Admiral Akbar was listening to this song, you know what he would say? I think you do. I mean, if they're related, they'd definitely be related by marriage, not by blood. But yeah, they do both have rubbery, bouncy whiskers, don't they? Maybe they're brothers from another mother. Half siblings. when Admiral Akbar's mother was being seduced by Sebulba's father, Akbar shouted out, "It's a trapes!" Oh wait, he couldn't because he wasn't born yet. The trapesing is what led to the Union, which created Admiral Akbar. Growing up Akbar. I'd watch that. Granted, I'd watch almost anything Star Wars, even if I hate it. If you know the names Sebulba and Akbar, I don't think you can claim to not know anything about Star Wars. And the fact that they both have whiskers, which is a pretty subtle detail about their creature design. Well, Fizz, as a map wizard, I am neither early nor late. I intend to finish the map precisely when it should be finished. Now this is pod racing. These chefs will be facing the greatest challenge of their lives here today. Cooking Sebulba whiskers and feeding them to Admiral Akbar. What will the secret ingredient be? Fish sauce. Didn't see that one coming, huh? Yeah, I mean, having not watched the show, this all sounds very authentic to me. I forgot about all these cute little individuated trees I made. Adorable. Fate of the Rubber Rocks. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm working on the next iteration of them, and hopefully that one is super successful. And I can be like, yes, this is a thing that I'd be comfortable selling. Most likely a giant box of molds. Functional piano investigation. Ridley, how you doing? Welcome. Well, Fizz, the good thing is that I don't believe great stuff has any cure inhibition from humidity. In fact, it's supposed to speed up the process a little bit. That's what I call a process, baby. This is the perfect inspiration! Yes! I appreciate all caps. What kind of map are you making? We're embroidering a section of world map on fabric. Oh, that would get tedious real fast, yeah. All good, Aphrodite. I guess it's probably Aphrodite. Aphrodite makes it sound like I'm calling you a hermaphrodite, which I'm not. I mean, you may be one, and no shame in that, but I'm not trying to make any claims about your biology here. Aphrodite. I'm making a map of a village outside of a castle. Sounds cool. What for? Is this for a D&D campaign? It's usually what people are making maps for these days. Yeah, I'm getting the hang of the pipeline down. Definitely going to be making a video about this because I have the island nation of Rolocton, no, Ironia, which I've got to do on this map, and it's kind of its own little thing off to the side, so I think I'll record that process then and make a video out of it. It should be a pretty fast one to make. I was looking the other day, and it's literally been 6 months since I put a video on YouTube. Well, I mean, a edited one. I used to be so, like, I used to drive myself so hard to get a video out every month. And I was just breaking myself to do that. So now I'm breaking myself in other ways. That's cool. Oh, you're working on a novel too. Excellent. What is your novel about? I'm gathering it's either fantasy or historical fiction. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I got the beauty shot. Oh, right, I posted that, didn't I? Where I was asking people to tell me what parts to cut to get it down to like 45 seconds. I haven't even started editing the actual process part of that video. That's gonna be a beast. Absolute monster of a video. One of the things when I rebrand that I'm going to focus on is breaking up my videos and doing like really like trying to do as short as possible of just like, here is a technique I'm doing on my current project, not here is a massive project that I spent a year on, because that's just out of control. Spicy fantasy, eh? That's a spicier fantasy. As in like it's got erotic elements to it, or what does spicy mean to you? My fantasy books have the Brandon Sanderson problem of being like almost 100% sexless. No sex shall be found in my novels. Not because I'm against it, it's just that I don't think it's naturally going to merge. Mostly because my co-author is my mom. I don't want to be writing erotic fantasy novels with my mom. No, thank you. A princess longing to be part of her perception of what the real world is. It's caught up in the middle of a war. On the page, sex described but not erotica. Oh, okay. So gritty, dark and gritty. And you've got a Patreon, so you're a creator. Is your Patreon just for your writing? But it sounds like if you do maps, you also do some art as well, huh? By the way, feel free to share any links to your work, Patreon, books, whatever. So you do a little bit of art. Nice. I would love to get my proportion down to something like that, just to get all the books we've written out the door, because I end up spending years working on all the art for them instead of just getting them out there with very little art. It's hard for me to do. I wonder, can I do this purple shading on these foresty hills, or is that going overboard? I think that's probably going overboard. Mm-hmm.
Warm in here.
Sounds like a plan. Let me get these mountain shadows done. Exactly, Aphrodite. That is the modality I need to shift into. Just got the third book of our first trilogy to wrap up, because the first two have tons of art. So I'll just finish out that trilogy, and then the rest of the books we do, they'll just be a lot more straightforward. I'll do a cover, a map, maybe, and try to keep it just at that.
Change what they were doing, so.
Do you want me to turn this off?
No, I was trying to play with it, but they changed what they were doing.
This is the very start of the southern half of a continent-sized map for my book for the Scarred King. Show you what a finished part looks like right here.
Shane,
What?
when's Lexi's birthday?
Wow, way to put me on the spot, Mom.
Oh, it's fine. I
June
mean,
22nd? Yeah?
oh, we missed her birthday?
I got it! I got it!
Wait, oh, are you
Yeah.
on the phone? Are you on the phone with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I remembered it.
Oh, I have a question for her, actually.
Yeah, so basically our hero travels through this area
If
and then
Lexi
off
would
the bottom of
ever
the map.
return
And so
in
I'm doing the
Texas
bottom half of this map.
or care about it, so here's the deal. I have a pair that fits up to size 8 shoes, and I'm gonna have to get rid of it because I'm like 8 now. If you want black copper
And don't worry,
socks,
if you're
they're
concerned
yours.
that there's not names on every single one of these little towns and farms and cities,
What? No.
No.
no,
Oh, okay.
there's a
That's
map that has the names on there.
Oh, no worries. I'm just like,
1,800
oh,
of
shoot,
them
'cause I
on
hate
this part of the
throwing
continent.
Have them.
It's
So.
not gonna fit you.
I know you're probably worried that I hadn't not actually named all 1,800, but I have.
I'm like, the environment, oh my god, I'm evil.
Still managed to have Happenings up the road. I forgot what it's called.
Even if it's open?
Helping hands. Like you just drive right through the back. It's open. I think.
Do they help
Yeah,
give out to the
or-
public or something?
Yeah, they sell it to the public for free.
I have what they call world builder's disease, so I go overboard with these things.
Praise
At least all their stuff is true.
If I didn't have a co-author, I would be absolutely helpless and lost and never get anything out there.
Spoiler alert, the co-author is not me.
No.
I have not even read the book, so I can't even endorse them.
I was just talking about how our books are very sexless, and then I thought, I wonder. And then I realized, oh wait, my co-author is my mom. It'd be really awkward to have like sex scenes in our book that we write together.
I think Danielle's gonna ask for a local library, or she already did. I don't know. I know she did. She probably already did. Ask them to carry your book, so they bought.
Oh, nice.
But she wants to
Rich.
read it, and she told me in a text message like yesterday, I think, that she was thinking, or maybe that was this morning. Wow, was that this morning? Anyways, that she was gonna like buy. Really out of breath. Buy like she said, get it like. Sounded like she was saying she was gonna buy it.
Well, the library carries it. She doesn't
I
have to
know.
buy.
I think she wants the support, but
She probably needs her own support more than we need
I
her
know.
support.
That's why I was like, wait. She meant she has
You got kids to feed. We don't.
and a husband, a parent, and 3 cats.
Took you a minute to get in the groove of actually like writing instead of just world building? Yeah. Yeah, so my novels all oh, actually yeah, up there is a bunch of the art that I put in the novels. So they all have like creatures and characters and all that kind of stuff. And then I actually sculpt. I sculpt them in ZBrush, 3D print, mold, cast, photograph, and then it ends up on the book cover, which is again
Easy,
way overboard.
Easy 10-step process.
Yeah, I might as well just AI book cover them. It's that fast and easy.
Where you at, Bethany?
At the hospital.
Oh no.
Yeah, finding some kind of fever and they can't find what the infection is.
When is this from?
Cultured. Back from a day or two. She had a fever and then it just went away, so whatever, but now it's back and not going away.
And today, so this is the day she went.
Yeah.
Time for traipsing?
Yep.
Yep, almost. As soon as I get these shadows done, I'm gonna go traipse.
Raw stuff for her.
Take Heather for a traipse.
What else does she feel like despite that?
Everything. Just always one thing or another going wrong.
I'm gonna give the crow water.
Okay.
The crows came, they didn't have the baby today.
Maybe it grew up and flew off.
No,
Off
the
to some
baby still
territory.
needs to be fed. But, and when they got cashews, a
Mhm.
lot of times if I don't see the baby, they'll fly. It's usually close, and they do a special call, like whoa, like to get the baby to say where he is.
Mhm.
They didn't even do that. In fact, they just ended up flying off in random directions.
Do you think they got a divorce and they're fighting over custody?
I think that baby is not going to survive.
Mm.
Not unless these crows are dedicated to feeding it. I think there's something wrong. And then somebody told me that there's a crow disease going on, like an illness among the crows happening.
Crowpox? Is that what you
No,
keep
it's
seeing
not,
on their
it's
feet?
not the pox. It's an actual. It's something different. And so
Crovid?
if you find a different, if you find a dead crow, you're supposed to.
Honey, Crovid?
I know. I heard you. It's a good one. But
You need to acknowledge how good Crovid is.
I've already used it on my cats. Honey, that's like so 3 years ago.
Sorry.
But yeah, so if you find a dead crow, you're actually supposed to call
You're supposed to hit it with your flamethrower.
wildlife or something to let them know.
Mad crow disease? Oh, that's a good one too.
That's a good one.
All right, see you, Brian. Enjoy your soybeans and human flesh. Cook up that crow for Din Din. And then take it out and eat it in front of the crows as a warning. Yeah, it's probably better for the shadow to fall a little bit back from the end of the hashed lines, because those help kind of marry the two colors. I feel like if anything, I wanted to sort of model these hills out a little more, just doing a like little bits on the light side is probably a better approach than darkening the shadows.
And it only has 133 miles on it. The coolant apparently leaked
Mm-hmm.
into the cylinder or something. And so basically, they said it was going to be $12,000 to repair.
But
Yeah, because she would need a whole new engine,
mm-hmm.
and that their parts were on back order, so it would probably be like 6 months. $12,000, so that's why she needs to get a job.
Wow. Okay, looking good. This is a good place to call it. Hopefully I can work on this a lot more tomorrow. I would love to get a lot of this done before I start my new job. We'll see. Playing it by ear. So, thank you everyone for joining, and I'll see you probably tomorrow,
I can't believe I asked that question. That was fun.
if not some other day.
Huh?
But I asked the
Alright.
question. And then you said, oh, you're on the phone.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yes,
Wait a
it says
minute.
you're a queen.
I don't know if I can actually quit this stream.
On what?
A queen.
Oh, a queen? Oh, stop. She's adorable. I love her.
Because I closed the window with the gold live thing.
What's happening?
Let's see here.
Do you not even know if it ended?
No, because it's like when I stream to YouTube,
What's playing? Oh, there it is.
when I stream to YouTube, it does a different, like, I don't know what is telling what to do what. And when I just quit the, my Streamlabs OBS, it seems like it's still going on YouTube. And I don't know how to make it stop because I closed the window of YouTube.
What if you just open YouTube again? It might take
I
you back.
tried, but I can't get, like, if I click on this, it takes me to my stream, but as it doesn't take me to my editing of the stream.
Did you actually?
Oh, no, wait. Okay, never mind. It does. Okay, I'm ending. You're welcome for all that behind the scenes technical mumbo jumbo, everyone. See you later. Bye.
Wow, epic ending.
Yeah.